going on, everyone? This is Fighting Words with Kevin Shells. I'm Shells.
Kev, 8 Count Sports.
Yes, sir. What's going on,
Going
homie?
on, buddy?
I'm here, brother. What's going on with you, man?
Everything good, everything good. Excited for the weekend.
Yes,
This is like a
sir.
fight spring into fight
UFC,
summer. Everything going on right now, man.
289, bro.
289, man. This has been a
Got
year
ourselves
so
a
far.
goodie. Yes,
We're not
sir.
even
Yes,
halfway
sir.
through.
We was all hoping for that trilogy between Nunes and Pena.
Mm,
Unfortunately, Pena had to step out due to an injury that she
ribs.
suffered during sparring, a rib
Yeah.
injury during practice. So now we got ourselves Amanda Nunes versus Irene Aldana.
Well, I was starting
What
to
you
say it's
think?
a
Yeah.
goodie.
First of all, I gotta wish Pena a speedy recovery
Absolutely.
because that was the match she was all. I think she deserved that trilogy. I remember the lights of the
Yeah.
OGs like Dana,
Yeah.
not Dana White said DC was saying that he don't think she's done enough and things of that nature. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that was crazy to
Enough.
me.
You
Yeah,
crazy? She
yo,
got the
first of all,
dub.
I was about to say, like, she got one of the biggest upsets in UFC history, if not the biggest upset. So to
Yeah.
say that she didn't deserve it or she didn't do enough, to me was just crazy. That was
More
just crazy.
deserving than anybody else.
On what is her name? But see, absolutely
More
right.
deserving than anybody else who
On what is
is
her name?
not. Yeah.
Yeah, to say so that I was really hoping for her to for this trilogy for her. Not to say that I was hoping for her to win, because to me I just want to see a good fight, but just to see her showcase her skills, show that this was the first time was not a fluke. At least
Yeah.
perform in a way to
Right.
show where it was not a fluke. That's what I was looking for
Right.
at least.
Right.
But it's still a
True.
chance for her because she stepped out and
Mhm.
now Nunes has another challenger. So
Yeah.
now the question is how we feel Irene is gonna perform against Nunes.
Against the GOAT.
Because yeah, because here's the question to me now. Is the rest of the division catching up with Nunes, which is why Pena was able to defeat her that first match?
That's a good question.
Or at the very least, she now showed that a man is human. So now other fighters have taken notes and see, we got her. We figured it out.
Mm.
This is why this fight is so important to me because even though this is not the trilogy that we was hoping for, that shadow of Pena's upset still looms over this fight to me because it
Absolutely.
it makes me it's gonna answer the question to me if Nunes is still the unstoppable force that she always was before Pena.
Well, let me hit you with something. It's funny that Nunez is going through this. Her rival, Valentina Shevchenko, who was number 2 for the longest, we saw the shadow, didn't we? With the Santos fight.
Good, that's a
We
good
saw
point.
the
The exact same
shadow. Next
situation.
thing you know, and fellow Mexican fighter. Fellow Mexican fighter. Next thing you know, she's getting tapped out. Something we thought we'd never see.
We'll never see.
You know, listen, Nunez is 35 now. You know what I'm saying? So that fight to me, the first Pena fight to me was a bit alarming to me because unlike the Santos fight with Valentina, Valentina pulled it out the bag. So it was no. I remember saying I felt Santos won, but at the same time,
Yes.
Valentina still,
She's able to pull it out. Yeah.
yeah. So it was really no calm. It was still a calm before the storm in a sense. Nunez got broken that Pena fight. I felt like
Exactly.
she quit.
Exactly.
Quit. And I think that when I think of the fights, it forced me to look back at the fights that Nunez did lose. And in those fights, it seemed like when in boxing, like for me, I
Mhm.
feel like the greatest fighters are the ones that can make adjustments during the fight. During the fight. That's why I like Valentina
Yeah.
in MMA. Like you have other fighters that are even though they're great fighters, they're front runners. When plan A is working, it's great. But when plan A isn't working
There's
and they
nowhere to
start
go
to
for
get
them.
worked, it starts to go downhill. Like I seen it in the Cat Zingano fight, and I thought it was over. Like she done beat everybody, Rousey, everybody, and to see that happen in the Pena fight was a bit alarming to me. Like
Yeah.
I think that was a little different. What I will say, I agree with you. I think the writing is on the wall for Amanda Nunes. I think she's gonna go into the sunset. I just don't think Irina's the one to do it.
Mm.
Irina, doing my homework, fellow 35-year-old.
Yeah, she's
And
up
I'm
there.
looking at I had to really dig deep and look at her resume because what happened was when I watched the press conference, they asked her, what does she have? How are you going to beat Amanda
She said
Nunes
because she's Mexican.
because she's Mexican? And I immediately said, yo, that's a second round knockout. I'm like, yo,
Bro, what I said the same thing
I'm like,
too.
yo, bro.
I said, what?
I said, yo, that's a second round knockout, bro.
Yeah, listen, I was like, what? That's your strategy? I'm Mexican? Like
Yeah.
that's what you got different? I'm
Yo,
Mexican? Like when I heard that, I thought that too. I'm like, hold on,
I
what?
made my
That's
prediction. I made an early prediction. I said, yo, this is a second round
bro, I
knockout.
felt the exact same way, bro.
But then I said, let me do my homework before we do this show. And let me take a deep dive into Irene's resume. I said, what are her notable wins? The only notable win I see on it, 7-4 in the UFC. That's good. That's good. If you could be above 500 in the UFC, that's good. Solid. Solid. 7-4 in the UFC. Her most notable win out of those 11 fights, most notable is Betch Correa. Betch Correa is known for, she has a name. She fought Ronda Rousey, lost that fight, fought Holly Holm, got knocked out. She does have a name. But in the middle of that, she was on in her last 6 fights going into that fight, she was 1-5. She was 1-5. That's the most notable win. There are no other notable wins. Notable losses: Holly Holm, Raquel Pennington, Caitlin Chikayan. These are top echelon fighters. What I'm
That's
seeing,
all I was gonna get to. When
she
you told me
comes
her
up.
original record,
Yeah.
not to cut you off, I'm gonna let you,
Yeah, no, no,
I
no,
was
no,
thinking
no.
the same thing when you said that is her record is decent, but is it champion contendership decent? And
Levels.
that's what it
Levels.
is.
Levels.
It's the creme de la creme that would she be able to rise to the occasion? And
Yeah.
that's what I was getting at too. Like the resume doesn't suggest that to me.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
You know what I
Every
mean?
time she goes up against a big name, trying to
Yeah, yeah,
establish
fighters like
herself,
that.
it's a L. It's a L.
Yeah,
It's a
the
L.
fighters.
She got some split decisions, but it's a L because even Raquel Pennington, as good as she is, she got beat down by Amanda Nunes. Like Holly Holm, as good as she is, that was a first round knockout too.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes. So I'm looking at it. They're not in the. They don't seem to be on the same level. They don't seem to be the same.
So who do you got? I mean, we already know who you got, but
I tell you one thing that I do agree with. I agree. I agree with Irina that she's Mexican. I watched some of the fights. She's tough.
yeah,
I think she's gonna last, but I think it's gonna be one sided. I
definitely.
think Amanda's gonna be able to pick her spots. Is watching Irina fight. She doesn't do anything excellent, like really great. Like her striking is okay. She's tough. You can't really take her down, but Nunez is not going to be
Nothing
able to
stands
do
out.
that. Yeah. It's like it's just not a favorable matchup. I think the type of fighter that at this point would beat Amanda Nunez could be Juliana Pena again. Is somebody that's going to force her to actually fight, and actually be a threat. That's the type somebody that's going to make her work. That's a threat to Amanda Nunez right now. That type of fighter. I don't see that from Irina. She's not that aggressive. She looks to pick her spots, and if you're waiting for Amanda, you're gonna get blasted. So I go with 5 rounds, a decision. Mexican, she going.
Ooh,
I agree. A decision for Amanda Nunez, one sided. Props for lasting. Props for
props for
lasting.
last. That's actually been
Props
a
for
T-shirt. Props for
lasting.
lasting. Um, I have to agree with you that Irene's resume is the resume of a journeyman
Yeah.
or a journeywoman. I don't even know if I can even consider her a gatekeeper
Mm.
because the gatekeeper has to be more consistent. Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
to me, she's just a journey. It's like I'm not trying to put nothing on name, but it's like this is her opportunity, and this is like a rocky moment. It's like this is not the dish you're supposed to get. She only got it because the person who really wanted to see had to step out, so she stepped in,
Right. Right.
and kudos to that. Um,
Props.
but like, do I see her going all the way with it? Because before, no, I have to agree with you on that. Um, I don't even see 5 rounds though, Kev.
Ooh,
Maybe maybe the Nunes after the first Pena fight,
man.
But I think this Nunes has something way more to prove.
Okay.
Like the loss to Pena woke her up, I believe. So you
Do
have
you?
yeah, because
You
I
think she
think
got something to prove? You think that's in her?
who Nunes,
That she has something to prove?
bro.
Or
I
just
think
silk pajama city?
that's about to say that, bro. I think as long as you step in the octagon, you always got something to prove, bro. I said once you step in the octagon, you still got something to prove to yourself. If you don't, then you already lost. If you feel you already got in the
But if
bag
you
before you walk in there, you already lost, bro.
but bruh, if you bro, I think once you put up a performance like she did against that first Pena fight, I feel like it's not far from happening again. It may not happen this fight, but I just feel
But that's what she has to
generally,
prove. No, but you
generally
see how you
speaking,
talking?
yeah,
You see how you talking right there? Like that first fight saw that she was human. That's what she has
yeah,
to prove. That she's still she still has to. The trilogy was gonna show on her end that first fight was that first one was a fluke.
yeah,
And until she gets that trilogy settled with Pena, there's always the other fights are gonna see that. But remember, this is the first fight since her first loss against another fighter. So we have to
yeah.
like this fight is gonna show us if there really is a chink in her armor or if that first Penny fight was a fluke.
This fight,
It's
I don't think this fight is
to
gonna show it.
hmm?
But I mean,
To
eventually,
me it's gonna show it in the sense that put it this way, if Nunes isn't able to dominate her the way we're able to see,
mm,
that is the calm before the
that
storm.
would be right, right,
You know
fair,
what I'm saying?
fair, yeah.
So
You say it's the people's
the
main event.
this is the people's main event, bro. This is what we Charles Oliveira versus Darush, bro.
Yeah, Benil.
Man, this I'm happy for Darush finally because this is the fight that this is his contender match. Like if he wins this,
Yeah,
he's next in
coming
line.
out party.
But if
It's gonna be a
Oliveira
coming out
wins this,
party.
he gets that rematch. I know which I'm just excited for. I'm excited to see the difference between. I want to see if he made any adjustments for Islam. I like to see.
It's funny that goes into my prediction. I guess I'll go first.
Go ahead.
That goes into my prediction. When we started the show, I meant to say I wanted to name this episode "What's Your Motivation." You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I wanted to name it that. This is episode 40. I wanted to name it "What's Your Motivation?" Because I'm looking at Nunez, and at this point, what's her motivation? Like you know what I'm saying? That's a sneaky fight in itself because we know
Yeah.
with Irene know what it is. And I'm looking at this fight, and I'm looking at Dariush, bro. 8 straight wins. How much times have we seen a guy, not beating the most popular guys in the division, don't got the name, but going on a streak, and then when they get the name, they smoke them. They
Doing
smoke them
the
like
old school
that's
blue
been the
collar way.
trend. That's been the
Yeah.
trend. And I'm looking at it, bro, and I'm like, bro, he's normally calm. His demeanor's calm. Called out Poirier. Poirier dismissed him. Then he calls out that when this fight was canceled, he wasn't even mild man. He was pretty upset about it, bro. Like he wants this fight. I look over at Oliveira, bro, and
He wants that
yo,
fight
he
too,
has
bro.
he has Islam. He's looking at Islam again in a
Yeah.
fight where he was annihilated, bro. He got if I'm interested to see this fight. I want to see how he's gonna look in this fight. And I'm looking at all the variables for this fight, bro. It's funny. I was looking at the history. I was looking at the history of great champions that go on great runs in the UFC.
Yeah.
When they lose, when that run comes to an end, the names I got on here, I'm looking at Woodley, Anderson Silva. I'm looking at
Mm.
Matt Hughes,
Ah,
Kamaru Usman. They had such great runs that you think they're gonna come back, and they don't, bro. They don't.
yeah.
They don't.
It,
The name I see on here, Izzy. Izzy did it. Izzy and Stipe when he beat DC. Like there's names but there's a list of great fighters that once that run is done, I don't know if that's gonna happen when Nunez is. Once that run is done, that's it, bro. That's it. So I'm looking at it, and
it goes back to the analogy I said. Like you remember back in the day, you play your Sonic on Sega Genesis, and you reach like to the top levels. When you lose, you got to start all over again, and like
yeah,
you
you
could
never
never
play the
get
game.
back to that flow again. You never get back to that flow.
Yeah, bro.
Sometimes it's
Yeah,
like
you
that,
start
bro.
going outside, bro. You didn't want to
Yeah,
play.
go back. That's where you go outside.
That's I'm looking at it, bro. I'm going with Dariush
Mm,
this fight. I got him
okay.
winning. What alarms me with Oliveira, because he was fighting these big names and because he was winning in the fashion that he was winning, the flaws that we're seeing were being overlooked. I feel that on the feet, he's dangerous on the feet, but his striking defense isn't good, bro. It isn't good.
Mm,
Like
yeah, it's
he's been
not.
rocked a plethora of
Yeah.
times.
Oh,
Like
it always like in the first round,
every
he's
fight,
rocking. He comes back.
yo.
But here's the crazy part. You did say the goats always know how to adjust, and we always see him adjust. That's the thing.
But I feel that
He
the yes, you're absolutely right. But I think we all know what the adjustment is at this point. It's the ground game, and I feel like Dariush, if you watch him, he's smart. Like he's crafty, he's smart, a little sneaky. His attacks are even sneaky. He's not gonna go to the ground with him, bro. He is not gonna. You remember
Would
when
he have a
Poirier, not
choice?
Poirier, when Dust Gaethje fought Oliveria, Oliveria hit the floor, and Gaethje just backed up.
Yeah.
At the end, Gaethje remember he ended up getting rocked, and that's how they got to the floor.
And
But
that's the point I'm trying to
Gaethje
make,
was
though.
just
That's
like
what I'm
this,
trying to say.
bro.
He might not have a choice, bro.
I'm feeling Dariush, bro. And then what I want to see from how does he? What's the motivation, bro? He got Islam staring him in the face. There's nothing in that first fight that would indicate to me, bro, that the second fight would go any different.
Mm.
He dominated him on the feet. That got really exposed. And then when they hit the floor, he had nothing for him. That's in his future, bro. What's the motivation? Bro, look, you understand what I'm saying? That's your future. You beat Dariush right now. This is your future. This is your future, bro. That's what's there. You're not getting Poirier. You're not getting anybody to look good against. Nobody's fighting. You haven't. You see all these dudes fighting each other and skating and not fighting Islam.
I don't think that's
That,
on purpose, though. I just don't think
nah,
they
I think it is, bro. I don't. I think it's weird. Is Poirier the main culprit? Like these dudes, like they act like like they above a title shot. And I'm like, this is weird to me, bro. Like,
Mm.
why?
Yeah,
I feel like they don't want that.
Poirier is doing no. To me, Poirier's the forefront of that. He's saying right now. He is saying like, yo, I'm just here for the big fights. I'm not. He does sound like he just here for the money fights. He does sound like
That's,
that. He does
and
sound
I'm
like Poirier's the one who says the most. Gaethje not as much. Gaethje still
not
on
as
some
much.
like I want the championship. To me, Gaethje
Yeah,
is still on the championship. But
is the
Poirier
one that
definitely
would.
on the like. Poirier's like, yeah, I just right. To me, the only reason why Poirier is because this BMF fight right now
Mm,
is low key the B side contenders match, meaning that
right.
whoever wins between Dariush and Oliveira is getting the next shot at Islam.
It's on. Yeah,
Who,
facts.
who, whoever wins against Gaethje and Poirier is gonna get the winner of Islam or whatever, and whoever
Whoever. Yeah.
fights that dude. You were saying that
Nah.
it,
Bro,
it
I got Dariush, bro.
got your
I
Dariush
got Dariush. I got Dariush by decision.
by decision. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
you gonna
got
feel it's gonna
Dariush
go
by
to
decision.
you know what's funny
It could
though?
stop early. I think Dariush is gonna pull it out the bag. He won't engage with the ground stuff. I think he's crafty, bro. Like it's some people like in boxing they call it ring generalship. Like a person that knows their way around the ring, knows how to stay out of trouble, elusive, slick when they gotta be, dirty when they gotta be, sneaky when they gotta be, a low blow here and a grab, like he a straight and a grab, so you don't do anything. You got some guys that's just crafty, bro. And Dariush, he strikes me as somebody he gonna find a way. He gonna find a way.
It's funny you use the word crafted to describe Dariush, and you use that as the determining factor that's gonna give him that W. Because that's what I would use to describe Oliveira. To me, he's the most craftiest fighter in that division because
Mm,
all his fights go the same exact way. Not the same exact way. There's a pattern in which in the first few minutes of the round, that's the most dangerous minutes for him.
yeah.
And then he dominates the rest of the fight. The only one
Mm,
who he hasn't been able to do that to is Islam.
yeah.
But remember the caliber of fights we had beforehand.
Mm,
Gaethje,
yeah.
Poirier,
Yeah.
Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
These are serious names.
Yeah.
And how did he defeat all of them? Chandler,
Chandler,
serious
right.
dudes,
Knockout. Yeah.
not serious dudes. They all it's as if because I'm going back to the point you made when you was talking about Nunes and Irene, you're talking about making adjustments. He's able to make adjustments on the on in the middle of the round. On the we
Right.
see it.
Right. Right.
He always gets put on the ground And he also the craftiness comes back in how he turns that around.
Mm.
Because that's the only time those fighters get a dominant strike against him.
Right, right, right,
And none of them choose to go on the floor with him. None of them. They
right.
always end up on the floor due to his striking. He's not even taking you down. He strike you to the ground, and then once you get you to the ground, then he grabs on
Mm,
top of you and it's over. That's the exact
mm,
pattern. It's the way he does it with all of them. He figures out how to do it, and it's like they even Gage said he hits harder than I thought.
right.
He pushes you to the ground. He takes that option away from you. So
Mm,
to me, takedown defense is not even a factor with him. This what makes him unique to
mm,
me. Usually, when you have a guy who's going on the ground, you just got to watch out for the takedowns. That's not
right.
even a factor to him. Now you throw in the Islam situation, which is true. Islam did take him did I think that's what messed him up.
Yeah,
Islam went strike to strike with him on the ground before they
yeah.
on their feet before they even went to the ground.
Even better. He outstruck
Even
him. He
he
he, he looked better.
he outstruck him.
Yeah.
To me, that's the motivation. He wants to go back in there with that same guy. That's the motivation. When you already taste it, like you know what? Okay, I think I know what to do next time. I know what to
Right.
do next time. That's my.
Got
I feel
shut
that's the
down,
motivation.
bro. But he
He
got
got
shut down. It wasn't. You know. I'm not knocking anything you saying. To me, to get shut down, like, bro, your go to. It's like you got a move that's a go to. It beat all of these great fighters, and when you went to that move, it got like,
it got negated.
bro, it wasn't even OD.
it
Because that wasn't at the end of the
got
fight.
negated.
Wasn't the first time they was on the floor. They was on the floor earlier. He had him up against the gate, like Islam, and and it was like Oliveria was calm, but he couldn't do anything. It's like he was pinned there, bro. These dudes,
But
Islam,
I think
Khabib,
he
they
made
get you on the floor, and that be it. I think
Oliver
that's
still.
why Dustin ain't
Mhm.
ain't fiending to go over there and fight no more. I think he already got it. He's like, you already fought Khabib. That's it, bro. I'm
Like
done with
I
that.
already know what it is.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm done with that. I ain't even mad at him. I'm like, he's like, yo, chill.
Nah, but to me, Oliver is still a special fighter. I think that just I think he still has the best. We always say styles make fights. I
Yeah,
still think his style is the best style to solve the Dagestani puzzle. I still feel his style is still the best bet any one of those fighters have against beating that form of wrestling. I still believe he felt that the strength because Oliver because not Oliver sorry, Islam and those was are different. So I think that first fight like he couldn't make the adjustment right then and there, but he downloaded enough information to make adjustments for the next fight. And I think that's his motivation. He knows he could do it. I think he has been ill. I think he has been ill second round submission.